Pittsburgh really does have a lot of glass block windows. If you've been here for more than a few hours, you've definitely seen them. These are all over people's homes, of course, but they're also on, the fronts of businesses, warehouses in the strip, office buildings even, and even Steel Plaza T Station downtown. It's got whole walls of glass blocks in there. But, why is that the case? Why does Pittsburgh have so many, and how do we end up with so many in the first place? There's likely a couple factors. Big historical glass industry here, timing of architectural trends and tastes, but also a now dead local company once made much of North America's glass blocks. Pittsburgh is known as the Steel City, City of Steel, but before that, it was actually the City of Glass. Pittsburgh, this whole region really, was the center of the U.S. glass industry for about 110 years, 1840s through the 1950s. And so what that meant was you had factories all over the area, some right here in the south side, some in the lower hill, what have you, making all sorts of glass products, really anything you could think of. And one of those companies eventually was Pittsburgh Corning Corporation, which was founded in 1937, and they began making glass block the following year. And so at that time, 1937, 1938, glass block, it became used as part of this new architectural style, streamlined modern, which grew out of Art Deco, and it featured the sort of sweeping, machine-like aesthetics, lots of curves, big rounded windows, things like that of the machine age. And as part of that, glass block was used to make these really, really big windows that could also be curved. And it was really popular among commercial architecture for a little bit because you could take these buildings, like movie theaters, gas stations, department stores, things like that. They would have whole windows made out of glass block. They'd be built entirely out of glass block in some cases. And you could turn the building into an advertisement because, during the day, it lets the sunlight in. Okay, great, very nice. But at night, when you have electricity on, electric lights, it's sort of glowing through the block, lighting up the night, and attracting people to your business because, wow, that looks really modern and cool. I want to go in there and spend money. But as we get later into the 1940s, trends change and big commercial architecture moved away from having lots of big glass block in everything. So at that time, companies that made glass block, like Pittsburgh Corning, began to advertise and market it heavily as a thing for the middle-class American homeowner that they could put in your home to sort of update and modernize that space. But, that doesn't really answer the question why there's still so much around here today. And I think that's because of a few factors. Number one, glass block in the home was really popular in the 1950s, then again in the 1970s, and again in the 1990s. So that's 3 cycles of popularity right there. But, practically, glass block, the way it's installed, you're cementing it into the wall. It's almost like you're adding a brick or a concrete block. Think of it like that. So once you put that in, as long as you're maintaining it, it doesn't need a ton of maintenance, it's going to stick around for quite a while. So, you can almost see these glass blocks here in Pittsburgh as a reflection of our city's history as having that glass industry and the popularity of glass block, and they're still around today.